Alright, we're out here by the second archstone right after the boss of World 2-1, and we are going backwards from the boss. Apparently the primary visual cue to know that you're in pure black world tendency is chickadee, check it out. So we got Stonefang Tunnel to the right of Boletarian Palace on the left side of your screen, and you can see there's a little like Sauron's ever-seeing eye below the archstone of the Digger King, and it being black is one thing, but the real indicator that you're in pure black world tendency is this red aura effect and all these little red particles and like smoke and everything that's sort of around the perimeter of the eye. That's your dead giveaway that you're in pure black world tendency. So anyway, we're headed this way. We're headed backwards from the spider archstone, the archstone that begins World 2-1 or 2-2. Because our ceramic coin is going to be in the area where and this is one of the new enemies, by the way. You know, I always said that not only is pure black world tendency, your life is shortened, your life bar is shortened, and you do less damage, and the enemies do more damage, but there's also more enemies, period. Well, that was one of the additional enemies. He's supposed to push that. He doesn't want to, I guess. Also, the two Black Phantom fat officials that we saw in World 1-3, those are also, of course, some of the new enemies that come up because of pure black world tendency. So you got Black Phantom versions of some enemies that show up. So you got another couple over yonder. Now, I could have swore that getting here was going to be easier I still think so. I still think that getting here... You know what? No, it isn't. Now, you know what? Heal that little bit of damage. Start blasting soul arrows. Keep these creatures at a distance. I think it might actually be easier to get to our ceramic token location from the archstone at 2-1, because you can just take the elevator over there by Blacksmith Ed and get here. I don't know. I thought it was going to be easier this way, and now you're stuck with me and my bad decisions. You didn't see it in my first run through this area, but there's this little alcove here that has this dead body here that has a an item on it. Quick question, did one of you guys just use up my second chance? Second chance does what? Second chance uses up 100. I have 111. So no, okay. None of you used up my second chance. It's one of the icons. Okay, so it's not the shield icon. I don't know what the main icon and the whatever icon is in the top left. In the original game on PlayStation 3, you couldn't teleport objects into Stockpile Thomas's inventory. So literally, like in the spot in World 2 where you kill like a bunch of crystal lizards and a little cavey part, in that spot it is really tough to. Okay, this is the area. This is where we're going to get all of our good stuff. Oh, a batch. I do not remember what I was talking about just now. You'll have to remind me of it. I did forget a little bit of lore earlier. Yuria the Witch. Yuri the Witch thinks that she is a bad person. She has been guilt-tripped her whole life for being a witch. And she does not want to teach you her magic because she's been told that it's bad by all these preachers and everything, and they brainwashed her into thinking that it's all bad stuff. Alright, there's our ceramic coin. So, since she's been brainwashed and everything, whenever you talk to her, she says like, you don't want to learn magic from me. You know, go away, you know, stay on the right side of religion and whatnot. Forget about me, go on without me, you know, whatever. And then you have to talk to her again, and she'll ask you again, like, are you sure you want to learn magic from me? Because, you know, the preachers tell me I'm a bad person, etc. And I believe them, you know, so are you sure you want to learn magic from me? And then you have to say yes, and that's whenever she'll finally teach you magic. She has no magic for sale. The magic that she has is not for sale. You can only get magic from her in exchange for demons' souls. Not like souls with your soul counter sort of thing, but demons' souls. So like the soul of one of the bosses of the game. I believe I've gotten rid of all my demon souls. I've exchanged them all for one thing or the next. So this is the only other important thing about Pure Black World Tendency in Stonefang. World 2. You know me, we're not going to take risks. We're just going to be patient, wait for the elevator. Look at all this rust coming off this chain. Yuck. You're already seeing it at the bottom of your screen. This is the big hullabaloo. Another primeval demon. I just went to St. Urbane trying to pick up that spell that you can only buy with colorless demon souls, and he wants 3 of them. He wants 3 colorless demon souls. The greedy bastard. There's only like 1 primeval demon per place. There's only 1 place in the entire game that you can get a colorless demon soul just out in the wild without killing something. And that's next to Executioner Meralda on one of those support beams. The only other way to get it without killing a primeval demon is to go trade Sparkly the Crow for one. And I just warped back to the exact same spot. But yeah, either give Sparkly the Crow a Talisman of God or a gold mask. You know what? Damn it! I am leading you astray, dear viewer. Because of course I am. Of course I'm leading you astray. Now I've changed world tendency by killing that fucking primeval demon. Which means I'm going to have to unlife my character again. You have to leave in order to update the world tendency. I think it's pure black, but I'll commit die once again, just in case. Yeah, it's definitely back to pure black now. I'm hoping, anyways. Because there is another big deal about World 2. And it's the Black Phantom, because of course it's the Black Phantom. If your narrator wasn't a moron, he would know that, dear viewer. He should know better. Because he has platinum this game in the original version. Dude, that just used up my second chance. Wow. What an enormous pain in the ass. Can you buy spices from anybody in this game? I would assume that if anybody would have some, it would probably be the Royal at 3-1. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. It's like, you know, I'm going to run out of spices, and I got all these spices just by being in World 3. World 3's got a monopoly over these spices. Okay, so we got our cling ring. I need a cling ring. Thief ring, maybe. If I had the cat ring, then I would go ahead and put that on, but apparently I do not. Either way, I'm going to try to lead you to victory, dear viewer. Okay. How do I get to the next stop? God, I never remember this jumping puzzle. The next thing is this. I gotta go over there and walk the plank. Okay. Thief ring equipped. Poison cloud equipped. Spices at the ready. I don't see him, dear viewer. Do you? Scared, dear viewer. I'm frightened. Damn it! I must not have pure black world tendency then. Doesn't look any different to me. Got no reason to save arrows. I've ended the game. I've ended the game, and I'm just here doing all the side quests. I can't even level up with the souls that I gained. Maiden in Black is waiting for me. So she can go pull the end of the game lever. Oh, they chose this ending. I'll pull the lever this way. Congratulations, a winner is you. Wow. Walk the plank. Ah, there he is. So this is the other Pure Black World Tendency World event for World 2, and that is Black Phantom Scurver the Wanderer. Black Phantom Scurver the Wanderer just might be the most powerful non-player character in the entire game, bar none. Without any exaggeration or hyperbole, he is without a doubt the most dangerous man this game has to offer. Oh, and in one of our last videos, whenever we were killing False King Allant, I said that False King Allant might be vulnerable to the Plague Cloud instead of the Poison Cloud, or the Death Cloud instead of the Poison Cloud. I was wrong. False King Allant cannot be damaged by the Plague Cloud. He cannot be damaged by the Death Cloud. He can only be damaged by the Poison Cloud. So all of the time that you wasted with me waiting for him to die, that was time that was unavoidable. But like I said before, Black Phantom Scurver the Wanderer possibly has more HP than any other thing in this entire game, period. He's stronger than anybody. He's got more resistances than anybody. He's quite possibly the strongest singular creature in this entire game. So, Chi's tactic of poisoning him from afar and just, you know, letting it rock, that is fucking perfectly fine. Because if you do it any other way, he's a real son of a bitch. Now, that being said, you know, you do you. And if you want a challenge, he's there. I just don't know whether or not, you know, you will enjoy the challenge, because he's kind of a son of a bitch. Before moving on to New Game Plus, be sure to get to the location of every single... make sure to get to all the location of every single crystal lizard. Whenever you go to New Game Plus, they are all going to reset their number of respawns. So go ahead and take them all out now before you go into New Game Plus. That way, you'll make sure to get the most upgrade materials out of each game cycle. Okay, apparently I was wrong with his health, at least, because we had to proc False King Allant's like 10 times, remember? It was a pain in the ass. And we're not having to proc him nearly as often. Now with my meat cleaver and other stuff like the storm ruler, there's also the chance of you turning him around in this fight, getting him on the defensive, or at least doing a fighting retreat to the edge of this arena. And by doing a fighting retreat to the edge of this arena and then turning around, you can give him a nice clean ring out and push him over the edge with either my meat cleaver that I like to use, or you can do it with the storm ruler. A lot of people, you know, with the rune sword and the rune shield already being a item that you can pick up in 3-2, usually they just push a Strava over the side of the bridge close to False King Alon's because it's just not worth fighting him. It's not worth fighting him fair and square whenever he's going to give you a drop that you already have. You already own it. There's no reason to own 2 copies. Nobody in this game is somebody that you can sell stuff to. You can trade certain items to Sparkly the Crow, but that's about the full extent of it. The wiki says that this man has a limited number of magic points, so he will cast Fireball at you, which is it's a very powerful form of the fire variation of Soul Arrow that the Fat Officials have. I'm trying to figure out whether or not his Black Phantom is immune to Death Cloud. And it looks like no, his Black Phantom is not immune to Death Cloud. So if I would have brought Death Cloud along, then you wouldn't have had to wait so long. So I should have done that. I should have done that research in advance. So if you're going to do this particular cheese strategy against Black Phantom Scurvy the Wanderer, then bring along Death Cloud if you got it, and that would kill him a hell of a lot faster because it procs Plague instead of Poison. So sorry once again for being such a shitty guide. Period. Just terrible person making terrible content. The wiki is saying that you can pancake him with the meat cleaver, which is, you know, my favorite strategy. Just pancake him over and over again with the meat cleaver. That's essentially what they're telling you to do. You can distract him with soul remains and get him in a backstab loop. All kinds of shit. So killing him is going to get us out of pure Black World tendency. But it's also going to get us the Talisman of Beasts. Talisman of Beasts is pretty cool because, like I said before, the Talisman of Beasts can give us sorceries and it can give us miracles. See how that works? And why can it give us sorceries and miracles? Because, as this thing says, An old wooden amulet featuring a symbolic depiction of the Old One. It can be used to cast both miracles and magic. What was considered a depiction of God was in fact an image of the Old One, portrayed as a force of feral chaos. So all of this infighting between the priests and the sorcerers, it's all manufactured. They are pulling power from the exact same entity. They're guilt tripping all the sorcerers, and the sorcerers are fighting with the priests and everything, and it's entirely artificial and unneeded. They're pulling from the exact same powerful source. All this pointless conflict. Alright, well, I will talk to you next time whenever I go after Pure Black World Tendency World 3, because you don't want to watch me fucking kill myself over and over and over again in World 3 just to get the World Tendency to Black. It shouldn't take me that long, but I don't want you to sit here and have to watch that. Anyways, talk to you next time.